Hey up, welcome back. So, as you can see, we've got some wood. That means that, yeah, we're actually going to build something in this video. And some of you might know that I've recently been renovating the kitchen dining room in my house. If you've not seen them videos, well, then I've recently been renovating the kitchen dining room in my house. It's pretty much finished off, but there's a couple of things that I need to build just to finish it off. In particular, this one section, what I'll show you now, is lacking something. So I've got all this. I'm going to build or attempt to build. It's like a storage seating box thingy, bobby. Yeah, we'll just see how it comes out. Now, I did purchase a full sheet of this plywood. I wasn't able to fit it in my car. Luckily, in the UK, there's a place called B&Q where I bought this from. And I don't know if they have it in every B&Q, but my local one, they will actually cut you down, cut a full sheet down to size, whatever sizes you want. So I had them cut it down just basically into sizes that I can fit in my car. So yeah, in this video I'm going to be doing a bit of work to all this, screwing it all together, and hopefully end up with a nice little bench seat storage cupboard thingy. So yeah, let's let's crack on with it. Right, so first things first, this section is going to be the seat basically. So what I'm going to do is I want one corner to be rounded, so I'm going to figure out like how much of a radius I want, and then find some way of cutting that. I mean, I can either do it with the jigsaw or try and set up my router, trim router, to get possibly a better finish, you know, by making some kind of nailing some pivot to it. I think that's where I'm going to have to start off. Then this piece here will actually be one of the legs, so it'll be at this side, but you kind of get the idea. So that's going to be how high the seat is. And then this one here, I'm going to have to try and bend it, because that's going to be the front section and I need it to curve around, which I believe, is it called curve cut or something like that, where you put loads of cuts like almost all the way through, but leaving like probably 1/8 of an inch at one side, which should allow me then to put the curve in to follow this. So yeah, so I don't know whether it's going to work. I've never done it before, so there's only one way to find out. As you can see here, I've made like a rough jig using like what came with my router and just some bits of scrap wood. Hopefully I'll be able to get a nice radius cut on that now. Here we go, see how this works then. Yeah, I've never done it like this, so I'm hoping it works well. Let's give it a go. Right, that's one pass through. I don't know if I will go in the right way. I'm going to lower it down a bit and I'm going to try going the opposite way, see whether it makes it cut any better. Right, let's have another go then. Yeah, didn't really make much difference. Lovely. There is a bit of a step on it. I might just get another pass back, see whether it straightens it up a bit. Right. There is a bit of a step. I might have to just fine tune it a little. This is my spare piece of wood. What I've done is I've set my blade depth so that it's like about an eighth, so it'll leave like an eighth on the one side. I've roughly measured round with my tape measure, like for the radius that I've just made. I think I need about 16 inches to be able to bend through this. Right, so I've just hoovered it out a little bit. Let's see what we've got here now. That's not bad at all, that. Let me see it up against here. Oh yeah, yeah, I like that. I don't know whether you can see it right from there. I'll just move you around a little bit. So that isn't bad at all, that is it really? But this is going to be going sort of like this, so it's going to need some like manipulating into place, I think. What we've got here? Oh, yeah, that. I'm quite pleased with that. That's it's definitely gonna be good enough. But like I said, that is just the tester. I wanted to test it out, make sure that it was actually going to work. And now I know that the depth and the spacing of all these cuts that I've done is bang on pretty much, which I'm quite pleased with that. This is the first time I've ever done this, and it seems to have worked pretty well. I'm chuffed to bits with that. So I'll not film it, you've just seen me do this, but I'll get it done on the actual main piece, what I'm going to be doing, and then we can start assembling some of it. Right, so that's that one done. What we're on with now is I need to put some pocket holes in this, down this side and that side, so that will go up against here, flush with this back edge, leaving enough space at that side for that other piece to bend round. What I'm going to do though is I've got a bit of scrap wood here. I'm going to cut a few sections off and just screw them in, you know, in place all the way around, so when I come to bend the actual piece round it, it's got a bit of a stop. Yeah, I'm hoping that'll work, and then I can sort of get it glued in place and get it like pocket hole screws to here and all the way down this edge here as well. Right, so what I've done here is I've cut a section of that trial piece off, so I can actually try and get it to bend in the right place. And I've got this bit of scrap wood, I've cut a load of little chunks off. What I'm going to glue and nail using my nail gun. I've got some inch brad nails in there, so I'm just going to put them on all the way around until I've got this exactly where I want it, and hopefully they'll all hold it in place when I come to put the actual finished one on. So that's my plan anyway. So that's what I'm going to do now. Right, so do the first one. Just stick a little bit on it. Hold it where I need it. Hopefully this should work okay. Right, there we go. That's all them put in. That should just make it so it keeps the shape nicely. Obviously when I put the actual piece on, there's going to be pocket hole screws here and down this side as well. Not sure, I might be able to stick a couple of screws somewhere around there. Not sure yet though, until I actually start putting it together. The next thing, I need to notch out a little bit of one side of this. I'm not sure which side just yet, but it needs to go round the pipes that are in the space where this is going to go. So I need to notch out a little bit of that. Right, so we're just going to notch it out to fit over these pipes here. So just mark top, bottom, get a little bit of space. We need, I'll get plenty, 1.5 inches. Somewhere like that. So I'll get that cut, we'll just do a test fit and then we can move on to the next bit. Right, so that's that cut, fits nicely. Kind of really nervous about cutting these doors out here and making it a bit weaker as well. So what I've decided to do is I've cut a bit of this was longer than what I needed, so I've cut another piece off, which is here, which I'm going to put in the centre for more support. What I'm wanting to do is put two doors at either side, so it'll come right up to this, to about here sort of thing. Not entirely sure how to cut them out without making it look a mess. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So I think what I'm going to do is I might be better off actually assembling it. I've got to cut another piece which was what were left off of this. So as you can see, it's a bit wide. So I'm going to use, it's down there. What I'm going to do is cut it to the same width as this one, and then I'm going to cut it like the same length, well, minus 2 thicknesses of this. So it's going to go in between to get some support on the back. So I'm going to get that marked up and cut out now, and then I think I might put all my pocket holes in, try and assemble it all, but just, you know, without gluing it, just assemble it all, see what it's like, and then have a think of how I'm going to cut these doors out. That is all the pieces cut now. Like I said, I'm going to set up now for drilling all the pocket holes. I've got my pocket hole jig set up, so we'll just get all these drilled. Right, I think that should be plenty enough because I will be gluing it as well. So I'll get all the other stuff drilled same as this, and then we can assemble it. So we've got all the pocket holes done. I need to try and well, screw it together. I don't know. I'm going to screw it together because that end is longer than what I need it to be. So I'm going to screw some bits together enough so I can square that end up, and then I'm going to cut it off with circular saw, and then I'll probably dismantle it a bit, put some glue on, and then screw it all up, you know, for good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick one of these screws in a little bit so I can feel it popping through a little bit, and then hopefully we should be able to just get it nicely into position. Right. Right, just turn that up a little bit more. I think we're getting there. Just stick some of these in. That should be about right now. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah. I'm chuffed to bits with that. Oh, come here. Got to show you. Look at that, eh? That's well impressive, that. I love it. That's right good. Chuffed to bits with that. Next piece is this. So this will go there like that. Right. Right. Lovely. That's fantastic. Loving it. Loving it. Right. So now I'm going to put the back on, which is going to should hold it all nicely. There we're going. Yeah, that's great, that. Alright, so obviously it's leaning out a little bit there. That'll pull it. It'll pull it back once it's done. But as you can see, so this is the piece that I need to cut off. So I'm going to just assemble a bit more, and then I'm going to mark that up and get that cut off before I actually fit this back section permanently. I've got it marked up where it needs to be. Got my guide. I've not been able to put a clamp on this side, so hopefully I can just do a nice straight cut. Yeah, so yeah, let's just cut it to length then. Yeah, that run off a mile at this end. That is not straight. Shite. Maybe give it another run, see whether I can get it any better. It actually hit my clamp, so that's not very good, is it? That's better. We've got there. Right. Oh. Right, I'll give that a little sand up. Right, lovely. We shall get that glued up now. There is a couple of little imperfections, like a little bit here, a little bit of chip in there where it's just cut. So I might see a trick where you get some sawdust, mix it with a bit of the glue and fill it, and apparently that works alright, so I'll probably try that and see how it goes. I am actually staining this, I'm not painting it, so it's going to match the same colour wood as what we've done in the kitchen and dining room. So I shall get this glued up, reassembled, and then I'll show you what it's like all put together. Right, so just thought I'd try it in place. I think that looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Obviously I've had to take the bit of skirting board off, which is here. Need to trim that down on that line, make it fit, stain it up. Like I say, still got them doors to put in, which I'm very nervous about doing. I did contemplate putting some on top, but it's not going to work very well for our needs, so I have to put two little doors on front, and that's probably where we're going to keep the dog food or something like that. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. Like I say, I'm going to stain it this colour so it should match a lot better, and need to make a cushion for on top of it now. But yeah, really happy with that. So my wife's actually made the cushioning for it. I think she says she's got to do a couple of little touch-ups on it, but yeah, that's it's looking quite nice. So now I'm definitely going to have to put them doors in. Can't put it off any longer. I'm going to have to just have a go, see how it turns out. So yeah, let's get that done now. Mark them up. Don't know if you can see the pencil lines right, but yeah, time to cut them. I've actually bought something that I thought might help me a little bit. Little track for my circular saw. So I'm going to set this up and hopefully be able to just like plunge cut with my circular saw to get most of the straight lines, and then I'm just going to have to be very careful and try and do it with the jigsaw. So I'll get set up, we'll do that. Right, so set this up. Let's see whether I can actually make it work. Not brilliant, but it's done. So move on to the next cut. It's not great this, it does move about a little bit. Right, it's one cut. As you can see, I'll get all the other cuts and then I'll bring you back when it's time for doing jigsaw. So that's them slots cut. Just need to cut out the radius corners and then it's a case of sanding it all up, adding hinges and what have you. Yeah, I've not got it perfect at lines, but I think it'll be good enough. You'll not really notice by the time it's all together. So hopefully I can get these corners done relatively nicely. So I'll set up and get that done now. Don't think that is too bad. Let's see if I can zoom you in on it a little bit. Oh, there we go. Not too bad at all. A little bit of sanding will make that look nice. So I'll get the other bits done now. Yes, here we go. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I've marked up where these hinges are going to go. I'm going to screw these hinges on and then should be easier to fit them on the other side once I've fitted them to the door. So I'll get these put on, then I need to put the magnet on, and then that's pretty much it. I think we're looking at getting some handles which are the same as what I put on my kitchen cupboards, but instead I think I'm just going to put a little hole in corner as just like a little pull, you know, stick your finger in and pull the door open sort of thing. So I don't know whether to do that first or whether to put these hinges on. I think I might just put hinges on, get everything where I need to, and then figure it out after that. So yeah, let's have a go at that then. So that's the hinges on. I didn't quite get them right. I've had to do a little bit of messing about to get it right, but as you can see it fits in nicely. So now I've got these magnets thingies that I'm going to put under here so that acts as a stop and keeps them closed. So I'm going to fit them now. Right, I will have to put the other side in a slightly different position because the screws all interfere with each other if I do it in the same spot. So Right. There we go. Yeah, that's done. So I'll come back when I've got this side put on, and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do for an handle kind of thing. That is pretty much done now. I just need to put an hole here, and then stain it up. So as you can see, got some nice storage area inside it now. It could definitely be better, but you know, I'm inexperienced. I've never really done all like this before, so it's not bad for a first attempt, I think. And like the tools that I've got as well, I haven't got like proper professional tools. So yeah, I just need to have a look, see what I've got now to be able to put a nice hole in each one of them. And we'll get that done and stain it up, and it's finished. Right, just done a couple of tests here. I've got, only thing I've really got is a spade bit. I have got an old saw, but the attachment for it is seized up, so I can't actually use it. You know, to be able to change the saw. So I've done a couple of tests here. It is a little bit rough because this is quite an aggressive one, but I will then go around it with router. Hopefully it should be all right. So yeah, a little bit nervous about this now, but let's give it a go. I'm going to go nice and slow. Right, I'll go in from other side now it's pulled it through. Right, it's not bad at all, that. It should clean up nicely. Right, job's a good one. These Bosch spade bits, they are really quite impressive, them, I must admit. They don't have to drag themselves through it. So I'll get my router set up now, we'll get a nice round of it, and then it's ready for stain. Right, here we go then. Let's get these routed up. Nice. Just needs a little bit of a sanding over, but yeah, that looks a lot better. Let's see if we can zoom you in a bit. I like it. Just gonna get a quick sand up now, and then stain it. So this is what I'm using. I'm just going to chuck some of this on it. Obviously I'm only going to do the areas that you can see. I'm not going to waste it all and do other bits that you're not going to be able to see. So yeah, let's get some of this slapped on, shall we? As you can see, it's going to take a while to get all this on, so I'll bring you back when it's all all finished. Yeah, that's a nice difference, that, and it should look nice when it's all done. So I'll bring you back when it's all done. Right, so there we go. That's one more job ticked off the never-ending list of jobs that need doing. I think it fits in really nicely with the theme of the dining room and kitchen. Really comfy. Storage, as you can see, so it's very functional. Overall, I'm quite happy with how it turned out. For a first attempt, really. You know, it's not really done much like this before, so now, you know, I'm feeling a bit more confident on the other stuff that I've got to make. Like over in that corner, I've got to make something to cover up the electric box and everything. If you're interested in watching all the renovation, because this was a massive job, it was really bad. If you're interested in watching them videos, I will make them pop up round here or somewhere in a minute. If you want to consider subscribing, if you enjoyed it, let me know in comments. What do you think? Have I done a good job with it? Is there anything that I could have done to make it better? You know, any other techniques that I don't know of? Like I say, I am a beginner when it comes to woodworking. Steel is my thing. I've been a blacksmith for over 20 years, so if I were making it out of steel, it would be a different story because I know what I'm doing. But as for wood, it's all new to me. I've never really worked with wood stuff before. So yeah, really pleased with how it turned out. Like I say, if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, hit that like button, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.